This episode is brought to you by Fox One. Watch all 104 matches of the FIFA World Cup live in 4K for just $19.99 a month with 3 days free. Build your own multi-view, choose up to 3 streams, and follow player spotlights. Stay on top of every moment with live stats, highlights, and instant replays. The FIFA World Cup, streaming live on Fox One. Offers are subject to change. See fox.com for complete terms and conditions.
This episode is brought to you by Redfin. You're listening to a podcast, which means you're probably multitasking. Maybe even scrolling home listings on Redfin, saving homes without expecting to get them. But Redfin isn't just built for endless browsing. It's built to help you find and own a home. With agents who close twice as many deals, when you find the one, you've got a real shot at getting it. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
The World Cup is back and Football Weekly is going daily. From the goals and the glory to the politics and the problems, join me, Max Rushton, and our expert panel every day of the tournament. World Cup Daily, listen on Spotify now and watch the full episodes on YouTube.
Y'all think people just catfish through social media? No, baby. They catfishing on these housing listings because they will make I don't know where they're getting these pictures from. Because these pictures are not matching up to what I walk into. Well, let me take that back. Some of them have been what they said they was, and it was good. All right. But for the ones that's out there putting these housing listings out and making it like you freshly renovated this home, it has central air and heat and all of that, and everything is good, fresh paint. Y'all ain't tell nobody that y'all painting over roach juice. Y'all ain't tell nobody that picture that you took was whenever the house was first built in 1970 fucking 2. Because what? Hold on. It don't make no sense. How does the pictures not look like when I open up the door? And the nerve, the absolute nerve of you all to even have any type of listing that's that motherfucking disgusting. It shouldn't be listed, period. It shouldn't even, that motherfucker should be condemned. You hear me? That shit was, yo, I'm appalled. I'm appalled that this even was, y'all let this fly? Hold on, these is big apps and websites that's supposed to be reliable, dependable. It says verified seller, verified for who the fuck verified them? I don't know who on earth verified any of these disgusting. I'm talking about these motherfucking houses is so motherfucking. Not all of them though. I found some very reasonable, nice, in a nice neighborhood house. But then there's those ones that slip through the motherfucking crack that not even a crackhead will smoke crack out of. You know that your motherfucking place is disgarbusing when a crackhead looks at that motherfucker and says, I'm cool. No. Next house. Not this one. I'm good. Another one bites the dust. When a motherfucking meth head looks at that bitch and turns their nose up, I'm telling you, that's how you know. And usually when you go, I'm gonna keep it real. Usually when you go in the hood, because sometimes you don't even know you get into the hood until you get into the hood, okay? And you might see a roach or two. Nah, roaches was even scared to be in that bitch. I don't know if this motherfucker was listed as haunted, but I'm sure that it was haunted. because ain't no motherfucking way. And why they got so many cracks in the goddamn floor, where I'm talking about like a sinkhole. That's unsafe. How on earth did they become a verified seller and listed this house? I don't know where they getting this sick mentality from, but they listing these houses as immediate move-in. How in the fuck am I gonna move in if I'm the Hulk? Because that's the only motherfucker that's probably gonna be able to live in that bitch. Because that was an unlivable fucking house. And they're putting unlivable houses thinking, oh, well, the economy's bad right now. They're desperate. No, motherfucker, ain't nobody that goddamn desperate. Now, I will say this. There might be a motherfucker that be that desperate. But it don't be over here. No. There's not that much desperation in the world that would allow me or anyone that I even know. I wouldn't invite. I'm sorry, there's nothing that I would invite. I wouldn't even give you the now. If the next listing look good, I had to ask them, is the other person, is this a whole nother owner, or is it the same owner? Because some of these motherfucking slumlords, they get in these motherfucking trap houses. This is what they doing. They going and purchasing these houses before they go into foreclosure. And they don't give a fuck what type of condition they in. They know that there's going to be somebody that gets out of prison that's going to be desperate enough to say yes. Or somebody that's just now getting kicked out of their house. Or something. It's going to be a reason why this disgusting ass, dirty, smelly ass, whole, busted open ass motherfucking house will be the one for you. I wouldn't put that listing up for the devil. Satan shouldn't even be allowed in that bitch. Listen, I don't even understand the galls of some of you motherfuckers. And I cried a little because I'm like, my people. You fill out for these housings and they ask you to send them your ID and all of that. And then when you send them that ID, now they get a picture of who you are behind the email or the however you guys communicated if it wasn't on phone. Now they see what you look like and what housings that they think that you will qualify or that you might take. You might be desperate enough to take this today. If I tell you ain't no move-in special, it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, but you got to get your own appliances and shit, and I'll give it to you for $900, and you just getting out of prison, or you just now became a fresh adult, you just now 18, 21, getting out of the house, and then you come across this fucking listing. And the reason why I say my people, because I'm not just talking about my people of color. I'm talking about my people that just got out of prison. I'm talking about my people that be desperate, looking for a place for them, they kids and everything. And then they come across these listings and no one else might have took them. But damn, all I got is the option of going to this house that looks worse than a trap house. And do you know that there are people that will take it today as is? shit in the middle of the floor from probably 1961. It looks like somebody literally tore that bitch apart. Like I don't know what could have did that. That don't even look like no motherfucking. That was nothing human. If they ever had a house that they kept certain species in, that they was like mixing together and they turned, that was the house. Because that motherfucker looked like somebody busted that bitch open. Like, I don't know. That's not right. It's not right to even put, oh my gosh, and let's get back to the, when you send your ID to these Zillow, Hot Pads, Tenant, Tanner, whatever the fuck. You looking for these housings, you finally get qualified, and then you go in to look, and then it's, what? Hold on. This is what I qualify for after you looked at my ID and seen that I was a brown person? So yes, my people. When she didn't have the other listing, she said, wait a minute, I have this other house that you might love. That I might love, huh? So she looked at my brown face. When she didn't have the original listing that I was looking for, she looked at my brown face and said, I have the perfect match for you. The perfect one. And sends me to that disgusting, nasty, listen, looked at, this is how they discriminate when you're looking for housing. This is how they try to play us. Listen, I didn't mean to take it there, but it has to go there, because ain't no fucking way you looked at my motherfucking brown ass motherfucking face and thought for 1 second that was the house for me. That's for me, huh? That's for me, huh? Is that what you wanted me to be like? Yeah. And the bitch had the nerve to send the application. Are you kidding me? And when I asked if this was a serious thing, they said, I apologize. I understand your frustration. No, you couldn't. You couldn't understand my frustration, because the frustration started after you didn't originally have what I was looking for, and you proceeded to look at my brown ID and tell me that you had what I was looking for, and sent me to a house that should be demolished, to a house that should be lit on fire right now. Why is it still alive? You literally look. How do we find housing that is for us, that will put us in a good position, a good neighborhood for our kids, for ourselves, for, without being discriminated when we have to send an ID to be able to look at a house? And earlier today, I found this one. I was like, oh, I really like the way this one look. I can't wait to go see inside. And before I sent my ID, the lady was so excited. And when she told me to send my ID, and 5 minutes later, I didn't receive the information I was supposed to receive, I called. I'm like, hey, I sent my ID. I'm just wondering when you're going to send me the time that I could come see this listing. And she tells me, oh, it's actually off the market now. Someone just said yes, and they're going to be moving in soon. So I was like, oh, wow, okay. That's when I found the nasty ones today. But when you send your ID, that's when people start to make their own decisions on if they want to rent to you or not. And it's fucked up. Because we don't always want to go to just another brown person and just because you feel bad for me because we both brown, you gotta get... No. I want to rent from wherever the fuck I want to rent from whatever color I want to rent from, without being discriminated against, without being... What? You are literally telling me that my color skin deserves nothing more than that fucking disgusting, pitted ass. That motherfucking house looked like they took it and out of chunks, just took it out and just threw it somewhere. This old, ancient, busted up. That's what you think of us? That's how low you think of us? That's the housing. That's the perfect match for us. And it's sad that they even have these motherfucking housing, even apartments with slumlords. And some women, and not even just brown people, lower class people, trying to make a way for their kids. They just can't afford this apartment that they used to live in when it was just them. Now they got 2 kids because they had twins. Now they got to take care of not just them, but 2 other babies. And you just so happen to be a minority. You just so happen to be lower class. You won't get what you want or what you deserve or what you're looking for with just your skin. I'm sorry. Your credit score gotta be out the roof, which some of these housings aren't looking for that because they specifically are put in place for people like us. Oh, so they say. This is how they want us housed. We're not even good enough to go to the bank right now and get a loan. No matter what our credit score look like, no matter what we've done in life, no matter... some people can get it done. But not everybody. Especially when you went to prison, it's a little bit harder. But we still trying to get it done. How are these slumlords still able to even put these listings up? Baby, you don't think I just went and reported that motherfucking listing? Sure in the fuck did. Bitch, you better not ever show that motherfucker to another person. And it just so happened to say that the listing is no longer available. Well, I damn sure didn't take it. And I hope the fuck nobody else did either. It makes you sad and depressed because it's like, this is what, even though we already know this is what they think of us, it's like, this is what they think of us. You know what I'm saying? This is it. This is it, huh? Wow. Wow. Blown away. I'm blown away that that's not even the only house that's out there that looks like that is actually put in place for us. There are so many men and women right now that have to live just like that. Landlords not taking care of the things that they said they would take care of. But it was immediate move-in, huh? Oh, and we're going to waive the application fee to keep you silent. But your probation officer said you got to have a house or you got to have a place to live within 2 weeks. Or DHS told you that you got to have a house in each room with beds for your children before you get your kids. So you scrambling to get a place, and then you come across these motherfucking listings. How many times have y'all ever had to use one of your white friends to make it look like they were the one that was going to get the apartment or the house? No, let's be real. Because I'm 36 years old, and I can name more times than I would like to count that I had to do that. I didn't think right now in this day and age that I would have to do that right now, but I see that I have to do that again in order to get what I want. Because I refuse to send my ID one more motherfucking time and you look at that bitch and say, oh, I got the perfect one for you. And you send me to a motherfucking gutted out, motherfucking disgusting trap house, worse than a trap house looking ass motherfucking house, talking about that's the one for me like that was goddamn Cinderella. No, bitch. And you doing it to too many of my motherfucking people. Okay? And I'm not just talking about too many of my brown people. I'm talking about too many of my minority people, too many of my motherfucking felons. And y'all getting away with it because some of us really have to get a place next week. And some of us, we ain't got no place right now. And that's all we can get. But some of us, it may, I'm literally like, I want to cry. Because if I go to that house in 2 weeks or a month and somebody live in that bitch, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I could take that. I'm reporting you. And send me your landlord's information. They got to go. Fire them. I almost said something. Y'all would have been real mad, but yeah. I'm ready to go with some picket signs and protests. Yeah, y'all know how I be getting. I be ready to protest because what the fuck? Hold on. Hotpad, Zillow, when we type in looking for private landlords. See, we be so private landlord that these are the houses we get, the ones that's perfect for you. But surprisingly, this wasn't even this was a realtor. And this isn't the only realtor. Man, a couple weeks ago, I met with this realtor, and my wife asked me today, I know you said that house was disgusting. You would never fuck with that house, but would you choose that house now over this one? I was like, you know what, now that I think about it, yes, because what the fuck? And that one had mold growing everywhere. Imagine how many of our people have to live in a mold-infested, rat-infested, roach-infested, disgusting, landlord don't take care of nothing ass motherfucking houses, apartments, duplexes, condos, even shelters. How many of our people have to live like this? I can't tell you guys how many apartment complexes have called for me to do a story, but nobody is willing to speak up. Nobody is willing to be the face. Nobody is willing to be like, well, yeah, here's my evidence, and nobody's willing to do that because nobody want to get kicked out. That's cool. Whenever you ready to actually stand up and fight, because when she stood up and fought, she was still living there, and she still does now. So, how are these landlords getting away with they fucking us. They are fucking us. And for the ones that have little to no budget and only working with a certain amount, yo, it's foul out here, bro. It's foul as fuck. I seen that house and I damn near didn't even want my motherfucking shoes. They got the nerve. They got a sign that say take your shoes off. I didn't even want my shoes on that bitch. But I had to show y'all because y'all need to know. Yo, it's never that deep, bro. It's never. I don't give a fuck. I will let y'all sleep in my motherfucking living room before I let y'all go get that motherfucking crib. No. How many of you guys said yes? Because ain't no way they still got this on. No. 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 We have to start saying no. And we have to start meaning it. We got to start demanding things. I'm sorry, we got to. We got to demand our respect because I know the fuck you didn't think that this was the perfect match for me, bitch. Excuse you? No, that's the perfect match for your mother. Yeah, and your father. Because, excuse me, we deserve so much more than what we're even allowed on this earth. You know, we're all kings and queens. We deserve the riches, the royals, but some of us just don't get it. Some later on in life and some when they make it to the next life. But we shouldn't have to settle or even be subjected to a viewing of a disgusting fucking house like that ever. Disgraceful. And it came from a realtor, like, wow. You all ought to be ashamed of your fucking selves. If there was a way I can leave a review about that fucking house, don't you think I would? I'm telling you, I would until my fingers was tired. Because I've never cussed that hard in my life, but I want to scream. I want to scream. Because we are subjected to these housings, to these apartments, to these condos. We're subjected to even view them because this is what they think we deserve. This is where they think we should be, in the gutter. That was worse than the gutter. I done seen gutters cleaner than that house, better than that house. I done been in trap houses that was way cleaner. Look, that I'm talking about that looked, man, are you joking? Man, if you've been a victim of going to one of these showings and it was the most disgusting fucking house that you could ever even fucking walk in, the motherfucker told me she just left from there. How? Was you the one that left that pile of shit in the room before I got there? And if you did, what are you telling me? What are you saying? What do you mean you just left from here? And you walked in each room and you didn't think to yourself, you know what? I got people that's about to come look at this house. Let me pick up that pile of shit. Human shit. You didn't even think to pick up the pile of shit. If you are a verified realtor through one of these websites like Hotpad and Zillow, you need to take the time an effort to make sure that your property that's going to be shown is in pristine condition, like you said it is. You can't ask for $1,095 for a motherfucking house that looked like the Hulk and his kids and his goddamn whole entire generation been in that bitch, stomping the motherfucking yard in that bitch. You can't expect somebody to pay $1,095 for a motherfucker that looked like, I wouldn't even put roaches, rats, and none of that shit in there. I wouldn't put a rapist in that bitch. I wouldn't turn that motherfucker into a jail. I'm dead ass serious. Some things need to just be let go. And I mean, some of that housing, some of these realtors, some of y'all need to just let yourselves go. Because, baby, if you think that this is it, and if you think that you're going to keep on getting away with showing my people these motherfucking houses, you got one thing coming. Because, baby, when I tell you I will be at each of these houses and I will wait until another motherfucker about to come look at this house. Yeah, I'll spend a whole week dedicated to each one of them so I can stop anyone that's coming to look. No. Before you even open the door, let me show you my video and then decide if you want to open this door. Yeah. I will riot in front of that motherfucker because no. Nuh-uh. I'm not going to give y'all the name just yet because if this other house looks actually good, might be a different person that owns it. I don't know, but they will be on blast. I'm not playing with their motherfucking ass. That's disgusting. You can't, baby, oh, man. You remember the other day when I told y'all that I ain't never said that in my life that I don't want to be black? I still never said it. It makes me so sad that this is the society that we live in, that they think that these type of listings are for us. And it's not. It's for they fucking mama, because they got us fucked up. If you've been a victim of one of these Zillows, hot pads, deceiving you because they catfished you with they fucking pictures about that fucking house, and then whenever you got there, it wasn't shit like they fucking said. Yeah. Hear me up. Because I'm not playing. I'm going to keep a listing of these houses that need to be renovated or tore the fuck down. That's one of them. That's on the top of my motherfucking list. I better not see a soul in that house. I'm talking about I better not see a fucking soul in that bitch. Because I'm going to knock on the door and I'm going to say, do you mind if I take a look around? Because I remember what it looked like a couple months ago and I want to make sure that it looks a little bit better. If it doesn't, I will be reporting your landlord. Period. Call me what the fuck you want. You can call me Karenella. The fuck? Because I will be calling on them motherfuckers because they have us purely fucked up. And there are a lot of victims because I see people hitting me up about their apartments. Let's get into these housings too. Let's do it. Who's willing to speak up and speak out? Now it says my live has ended. Who's willing to speak up and speak out? That's all I want to know. If you just now tuning in, it's the Couch Chronicles where it ain't no fucking limits. I do this every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday from 8 Central Time and every Wednesday and Friday from 9:30 a.m. Central Time. Follow Couch Chronicles No Limits on Spotify, Apple, Pandora, THA Couch on Facebook, TikTok, Big O, Thread, Twitch, Lemonade, Favorited, Fanbase. Seen you. Did I already say Threads? Yeah. Y'all, listen. If you are a victim and you would like to tell your story, please hit me up. If you are a victim and you would like to send me to a location, please send me your location so I can put them motherfuckers on blast. Yeah, because we ain't playing. We ain't playing. We ain't. Let's stop letting these motherfuckers play on our top. Yeah. It's the Couch Chronicles where it ain't no fucking limits. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Love y'all.